get some people ready for some funding. As usual, y'all already know we tapping in. It's your boy Jamal, your credit protector. Now, your favorite YouTube credit coach, credit counselor, and business funder. I specialize in helping small business owners get access to capital. And I'm super excited. I actually received a text message at freaking 1 a.m. this morning from a client who was brought to tears because she was recently approved with her local bank. So we actually went on a funding spree for her recently, and we got her $41,000. So I'm going to go through and show you some of the things that we did and some of the obstacles that we overcame and some of the resources that we used. Okay. And that way, you all can also book a call, and we could definitely see what pattern, not what pattern, but what opportunities we have for you when it comes to getting you funded. Now, mind you, it can take some creativity. We may have to use some unconventional methods to get you some funding. We can go EIN only funding, or we can go PG funding, meaning that is going to be a personal guarantee. Personal guarantees are actually based on the strength of your personal credit. So when we're going for anything, any type of business funding that requires a PG, we want to see that you're over a 680. That is to maximize your chances of approval. Now, certain products, like some SBA loans, they may go down as low as a 680 or even a 660, right? But that's when you cutting it real slim. We prefer not to cut it slim, but if we have to, we will. Right. So I'm super excited to share some of the uh, methods and opportunities that we took advantage of with this particular client. I want to start off with sharing some of her details and even show you some of the things that some of the challenges that we were working with. So the first thing we had to do was we had to take any and all blocks off of her credit report. Anytime you're going for funding, you always have to unfreeze and unblock your credit. So that means remove the fraud alerts, remove any credit freezes that you have on your credit. Specifically, you want to remove the blocks and the fraud alerts that are on the big three. That's TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. The secondary or the smaller credit reporting agencies, you don't really need to worry about that, like SageStream, ARS, what's the other one? Not Meta. What's that thing? What's micro loan? Not micro loan. I forget them all. There's a lot of them, right? But you don't have to worry about unfreezing those. You want to focus on unfreezing the big three because that's where the lenders are going to get their information and their data from. Some may also pull LexisNexis. So you may want to unfreeze your LexisNexis as well. I personally have not unfrozen my LexisNexis, and it hasn't been an issue, right? But that's just some lenders will actually pull your LexisNexis, especially if you're going for, typically that's going to be on the no PG side, um, when they want to pull up and research your business. Okay. But I'm super excited. We got this client a total of $41,000. And what I'm going to do right now, I'm just doing some tech stuff. Make sure I'm also boom up on live on my laptop. And what I'm going to do is actually pin a comment. Okay, and this is going to basically be a link to book a 30-minute consultation with me. So during this consultation, it'll be very similar to what I'm about to do live with this particular client. Okay, now this is someone, like I said, we've already got them funded. Now if you're looking for someone to help you put together a funding strategy, we can do that. We'll go through your personal credit, we'll go through some things with your business credit. All right. and we'll actually put together a strategy for you. And it can be a combination. It can be like this particular client, we did a combination of PG and no PG funding. So I'm going to show you their report right now. I'm going to turn around my camera. If someone knows how I can successfully go live on my phone and then like share the screen from my computer, please help your boy out, because I like tech ain't really my thing. Like, I'm going live, I'm doing the best I can on the tech side, but for real, when it comes to being like super savvy with it, your boy is lost, right? I'm just here trying to give game and share information. And like I said, if this is something that will be helpful to you, if you're a small business owner, you're looking to get after some funding, whether you have your business already established, we can help you form your business so that it's already ready for funding. That includes getting you listed on 411, also getting you your DUNS number, getting those articles of organization, right? I can help you do all of that. But go ahead, book the consultation. That way you don't have to sit trying to figure it out on your own. You don't want to be stuck with analysis paralysis. Oh, well, do I need to do this? Oh, do I need to do that? I'm not really sure what it is that I need to do. You don't have to guess. Book the consultation. We can talk about it, and then you'll leave knowing exactly what you need to do with the blueprint. Also, I have a whole in the description of this exact live. I actually have a video that tells you how to get a 750. So if you're confused, you're trying to figure that out, guess what? I got a video for that. And I also have a video on how to form your business so it's fundable. So you don't even have to pay me. You could just watch the video, right? I had a conversation with someone yesterday who was like, there's a lot of information on the internet, and they were confused about different things. And I'm like, hey, I totally understand. You have to cherry pick the information based on what your goals are. If your goal is to repair and improve your credit, look up all the information about that. If it's to build up your credit, look up that information. If it's to strategize on how to get funding for your business, then you want to book a call and speak to me so that we can help you actually do that. So let me turn my camera around, show you this report. It just zooms in all the time. All right. Sorry for the reflection. Boom. All right. So you see this is recent. So you see here their credit report, and their credit score is pretty good. We got a 714, 701, and a 671. That looks pretty dope. Now at this time, she still had some fraud alerts, so we had to get all the fraud alerts removed. Another thing is that the Equifax score can be a little higher. We're looking at this really should be like a 680. So Equifax is probably slacking right there. Now overall, the profile is pretty good. We're looking at 4, 5, and 3. We typically want to see higher. Um, we want to see more open positive accounts, right? But 3 to 5 is cool. That will get you something. You're not going to get 100,000, 200, 250,000 with a thin profile like this, but it can get you 10, right? If you just need 10,000 to get started, you can get 10,000. We got this client 41,000. Okay. Now her profile, you see this payment history. This payment history is looking gorgeous right now. All that green, that's how you want that payment history to look. Okay. This is exactly how we look. But now, boom, we see these late payments. The late payments not exactly, you know what I mean? We got to clean that up, right? She's actually working with someone else who is working on her credit. So someone is already working on her credit. They got her to this point. So shout out to them. Kudos to them. Right? It's not a problem if you already have somebody working on your credit. We can still work with you. We can still put together a strategy. It's all about communication. So we reached out to her credit repair person and he said, hey, she wants to go for funding. How would that impact the credit repair process. Typically, you don't want, if you're in the middle of credit repair, you want to let your credit repair person know, stay in communication with them, let them know upfront, hey, I want to go for some funding. Can we put a pause on the credit repair? Can we stop, so I can run these plays, run these applications through. Once I get this round of funding, we can freeze everything and go back for more funding. I'm sorry, go back and continue the credit repair process. Your credit repair person, if you've been in communication with them, they know that you're a small business owner. They know that you're going to be going for funding at some point. A good credit repair company is going to be like, sure, no problem. We can pause it. Go ahead, run the plays, do what you need to do, get that money, and then we can go back and continue on. So that's exactly what happened in this particular instance. So she still has these three accounts that need some love. We got this account with the lates. We got this account with more lates. These lates are very, very recent. So this plays a huge role in getting approved. Okay. When you have these type of recent late payments, it's going to limit you. I'm just saying that, right? It's going to limit you. We have to be very creative in this situation. Same thing here. Same thing here. Okay. So we have to be very limited with this particular we have to be very creative, sorry, with this type of funding. Okay. So there's a couple of things here. Since she has these recent late payments and they're pretty substantial, I mean 6 months, 4 months of recent late payments, we are going to have we lean more towards the no PG side. So she's a 2-year company. She has about 3 years of age, right, in business, 3 years in business, and she owns a store. Another great thing when we were looking at doing her business is that she does about, well, last year she did about 300,000 in revenue. When we're looking at no PG, how much revenue you do, your age, your monthly deposits, the frequency of those deposits, and also your profit margins are very important. Those are some of the things that we go over during the consultation when we're looking at your fundability. And I'll repeat it for you. If you're like, okay, what things are important again, Jamal? Run that back. The age of your company, the revenue of the company, how many deposits you're getting per month. So the frequency. Are you doing weekly deposits, daily deposits? Are they every other week deposits? That is also important when we're looking at no PG funding. Okay. The other thing is your profit margins. Once we start going for lines of credit and loans on the business side, they definitely are going to want to know what type of profits you're looking at. That's one of the reasons they want to see your tax returns for 2 years. Some banks even want 3 years of tax returns because they want to see your profits, right? And they want to see that the profits are going up over time. So these are some of the things that we'll go through during the consultation, okay? So those are some of her data points. We saw her credit report. We saw that she's in the 700s, but she still has some lates. Those lates are going to limit the type of amounts that we can get from the banks. Just full transparency. All right. So what type of plays did we run? Let me share with you the actual plays that we ran so you guys can take some of this and apply it to yourself. Okay. We mixed it up. We did PG and no PG. Okay. So one of the cards that we did was we ran the Apple card. Okay. The Apple card play. It is a personal credit card. So y'all already know about the Apple card, but this particular client didn't have Apple card. So she got approved for that. Okay. That one wasn't big. Remember, her personal credit is still needing some TLC. So she only got like a couple of dollars from Apple. But the great thing about it is that Apple Card is a card that's going to grow and scale with you as you continue to grow and scale yourself. As your personal credit improves, the Apple Card limit will increase. This Apple Card can go up to $30,000. So even if you're starting off with a low limit, right, a $500, a $750, $1,000 limit, that's fine. Don't beat yourself up about it because the Apple Card can grow up to $30,000. All right. So it's definitely a buy and hold type of card. And with this client, I'm teaching her how to get them to give her automatic credit limit increases. Great thing about automatic credit limit increases is that they don't pull your credit for those. It's a soft pull. So she can go from her starting limit all the way up to 30,000 over the course of a year or two with no hard pull. So I love the fact that we got her the Apple Card. And if you're not familiar, I am talking about the Apple Card from Apple. Okay? If you've never seen that before. So we are talking about the Apple Card from Apple. All right. Next, we went to her, and this is on the PG side. We went to her bank. Now, who does she bank with? The great thing about this is that in the past, she was actually continually getting denied. She couldn't even, and this is for my people who may be in a similar situation, she couldn't even get approved from her bank before. All right. So she came to me wanting funding when she's never been approved for funding in the past. This is actually her very first time in the 700s. So shout out to her credit repair person. Okay. I have a team that does credit repair internally as well. We can get you set up with them. And that way you can continue to get your credit repaired while we also work on no PG funding. Just click the link that's pinned and set up your appointment. All right. So this is her first time seeing a 700 on her credit report ever. This is her first time getting unsecured credit cards, right? And this is her first time getting an approval from her bank. And she's been banking with them for several years. This is her very first time getting approved for a credit card. So who's that bank? We went to her bank, which is, she banks with Bank of America. All right. So if you're not familiar, Bank of America has a lot of business credit cards. They got cash back, they got travel, they got lower interest rates, they got points. Okay. So we went with a cashback card. All right. The customized cash rewards. All right. Now, Bank of America, who they pull from changes depending on where you're located. Um, they pull, in her instance, they pulled Equifax. Okay, if I remember. Right. So pulled Equifax and she got approved for $3,000 with Bank of America. So this, she was excited. I mean, literally, she was gonna ball out in tears. She texted me at 1:30 in the morning saying, "Oh my God, she's speechless that she just got approved for a $3,000 Bank of America business credit card." This is this is after currently being denied by them. This is after not being able to get approved for any unsecured credit whatsoever. So imagine for the past 3 years, you haven't been able to get any approvals whatsoever. Then within 3 years, not only are you getting approved, but you're turning previous denials into new approvals, right? So we got her 3,000 from Bank of America. And you see these limits are going up. We started off with just a couple of hundred from the Apple Card. Now we got 3,000 from Bank of America. This is, both of those cards are PG, but we combined, we're going to flip it on y'all. Because remember, her personal credit isn't spectacular yet. So we had to switch it up. We had to go for some no PG cards and some no PG funding. So one of the cards we went for and she got approved for what is called Revenue. So Revenue is a no PG fintech business charge card. With a business charge card, when you go through the application, what's going to happen is that they are going to go ahead and they want to verify your bank account. So you will need to connect through Plaid. It's a fintech, y'all. And they're going to want to have you send in a voided check to verify your bank account. Okay, so they're going to want to do both. But she was able to connect her bank account and her credentials. This card is, again, soft pull. They approved her for $6,000. So with this one, it acts more like a business line of credit where you're only charged interest on, you're only going to be charged interest on the amount that you borrow. Okay. This is another one you all can take a look at. All right. The last thing that we got her approved for, this is where how we hit the over 40,000 mark. We actually got her approved for a $34,000 merchant cash advance. Now, merchant cash advances, I'm typically not a huge fan of them, but this time around, normally MCAs are known for their super high interest rates. I mean, 20, 30, 40, 50%. We got her approved for MCA that's at 3%. A 3% MCA. Now, that was done through one of my partners, right? So, in order for me to build that connection with you, definitely book that consultation. That way I can get you connected with them and we can run the numbers and see what type of offers we can give you. With this MCA, there's a couple of great things about it. One, it is not based on your personal credit score. It is not based on your personal credit score. It will be a soft pull, no hard pull on your personal credit, but you still need to make sure that your personal credit reports are unlocked. So no hard pull, right? The other thing is that they're going to look at your revenue. So when you book the consultation, we're going to go through your personal credit like we did now. We're also going to take a look at your last at 3 months of bank statements because that's what they need. They want 3 months of bank statements to look at your cash flow, because what they don't want to do is put you in a position where you end up defaulting or you can't make the payments, right? They don't want to do that. They don't want to hurt the business. They want to help the business. So they need to see that cash flow to make sure they give you an offer that you can actually manage, right? And the other thing was we got it for 3%, okay? And now at this point, all she has to do is offer, right? The other credit cards, they're in the mail, they're on their way to her, right? That's about close to $10,000 we got her on the unsecured credit card side, right? We got a total of 9,750 unsecured credit. And then we got her $34,000 in revenue based credit. All right. So I'm super excited about this, man. We got her $34,000, a $34,000 MCA. She'll be able to take that with only a 3% interest rate, which is crazy. I mean, 3% on anything right now is amazing. You can't get a home loan for 3%, right? So she's going to be able to take that, right? What's 9 plus 34? What's the math? Let's see. 34 plus 6 plus 3 plus, I said 41. We have 43,000. We got her approved for 43,000 by combining no PG and PG funding. So that's what it takes. That's what it takes. It's not impossible to get funding if you have bad credit. It takes a strategy, it takes a team. She worked on getting her business credit or personal credit together, worked on getting her cash flow together, making sure cash flow is smooth and even out. You want to make sure that you're working with an accountant to do that. And she partnered with a credit funding specialist, myself. She was getting denied after denial after denial after denial. When she wasn't getting denied, she was getting hit with crazy products that were 30, 40, 50%, right? And they were only for short term. They're talking maybe 3 months, maybe 6 months. Now she partnered up with me. I found her opportunities where she's getting 3% interest rates. Instead of only getting 3 to 6 month repayment terms, now she has a 12-month repayment term, where literally 2 months ago they would only give her 3 or 6 months. Now she's getting 12 months returns. We got her 3 unsecured credit cards, one of which can grow all the way to $30,000 without ever having to pull her credit again. That particular credit line is going to be able to grow with her as her financial situation improves, as her personal credit improves, right? We did all this without negatively impacting what's happening with her personal credit repair, credit restoration journey. I'm excited about it. I'm happy for, but it's one of them things where you know when a person is in position, you know what products, what services are going to be able to help them and take them to the next level. So now she wanted to buy inventory. She's able to buy inventory. She's able to hire more people. This is what we can do for any other business owner, or if you're an aspiring business owner, this is the same exact thing we can do for you. $43,000, and we've only been working with her for 2 weeks. Imagine what else we can do. Imagine what we can do for you within 2 weeks. How does it feel to get $43,000 within the next 2 weeks? Right? Like, what would that be worth? What would that be worth? And we did this with no upfront fees. She got all this so far technically for free. We haven't charged her any upfront fees to help her get this funding, right? So if you're looking for someone to help you put a plan together, figure out where you need to start, how you need to start, what the next steps need to be, click the link and book the consultation. There's only so much you can learn on the internet, watching these videos. I try to give as much game as possible, but this particular funding framework that I put together for her may not fit for you. Your business may not be cash flowing $300,000 in a year. Your profits may not be as high as hers. Maybe your business isn't 3 years old. You may have to go a whole other route than what she went. Maybe your situation is reversed. I'm not sure. Y'all got to let me know, right? What your situation is. If you're a startup with good credit, that's a totally different funding sequence, right? We can go for more business credit cards, zero interest credit cards. If you're a truck driver, we can do other revenue-based financing. If you're e-com, we can definitely go for business credit cards and revenue-based financing through one of your payment processors. It's a lot of options out here, right? It's not just credit stacking. Is not just credit stacking. Lamika, what's going on? It's not just simply credit stacking, right? Credit stacking is amazing, but it doesn't fit everyone's profile. Credit stacking is great if you already have personal credit. It's great if you're over 720. But a lot of business owners right now are not in that position, and they're hurting and they're confused. They don't know where to go. They don't know where to find these different opportunities. They don't have the connections to these different opportunities, right? I'm searching for new opportunities every single day. New banks, new bankers, new banking relationships, new type of lenders, new type of financing opportunities, right? I just reached out to someone who told me that they have the ability to finance vacations. There are lenders and special financing institutions where all they do is finance travel. I had no idea that existed. So guess what? I'm absolutely reaching out to them and connecting with them, because maybe you are a travel agent. Maybe you're a travel agent. Maybe you're a travel influencer and you want to help other people learn how to travel the way that you do. But maybe they don't have the income, maybe they don't have the credit score to take advantage of the points and miles game. So guess what? We have opportunities in financing for travel now. That wasn't, I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing. But you're not going to be able to find all of this on your own. So the best thing to do is go ahead and book a consultation so you're not lost and confused about, oh, I don't know. I'm like, too many people are calling me, telling me that they're confused. I'm like, well, if you're confused, just book a consultation and stop being confused. If you're confused, you don't know where to start with my video that's literally called LLC Checklist. It's a whole video. I actually did it with the Real About Entrepreneurship, where we actually went through step by step by step how to set up your LLC so that it's fundable from start to finish, step by step by step. The link to that video is in the description of this live. It's actually in the description of my channel. It's in the description of every video on my page. So if you are still trying to figure out, oh, I don't know what to do with your LLC, you don't know how to set it up, go watch that video. It tells you step by step by step. It's like a 40-minute video that tells you exactly how to set up your LLC, where to find your name, how to make sure your name is already registered, what websites to go to, right? What things you need to do for your business before you register it with the state. Because if you want to get no PG funding, your business has to be set up properly. It has to. It has to. It has to be set up properly. You have to make sure that you have an EIN. You got to make sure you have a DUNS number. You got to have a business address that is not a PO box or a UPS store. You have to make sure you have a business phone number, preferably a 1-800 number. You have to make sure that you're listed on 411. You want to make sure that you are listed on Google Pages and Google Business so that your website is searchable. Okay? You want to make sure you have all of these things. You want to make sure you have a website, a business email, so that when a bank researches your business, it looks legit. It looks legit, right? Your payment processor is going to want to, if you have Stripe just sent me an email, say, hey, we're looking at your business a little more. Can you send us details about your website? Like, we're not making this stuff up. Your payment processors are going to ask you to look at your website. They're going to say, hey, what type of business do you do? Because some payment processors don't work with certain type of businesses, right? Especially if you are in a high risk industry. They may not rock with your business. I used to have a credit repair company. I don't have a credit repair company anymore. I partner with other very reliable credit repair solutions, and I let them handle that so I can focus on helping you get to the bag. Just like I help this client. As a matter of fact, let me show you guys her profile so you can see what we were working with. It's all about a strategy. It's all about a strategy. And if there's nothing to be scared of, right? Because I've done about a live every day. So if you're still kind of skeptical on what strategy fits for you, you can watch the other lives. I have over 200 videos already uploaded on different credit topics: credit cards, personal credit, dispute strategies, removing late payments, deleting collections, how to build up your personal credit so that you can go for funding. I've covered all of those topics. Feel free to check them out, right? But what you don't want to do is delay. You don't want to be in analysis paralysis, still thinking about starting a business, still thinking about going for funding. Oh, I don't know what credit card to get. I'm thinking about this credit card or that credit card, but I'm just so confused about it. Okay, cool. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Book a consultation. You'll have 30 minutes to tell me everything about what your actual goals are, and then I'll give you some suggestions on, hey, this is what you need to do to achieve those goals. If it's in alignment with something that I already offer, great. We can make that happen. If you need credit repair, great. I partner with a company that does excellent credit repair. They update you every single week. Well, I'm sorry, not week. They update you every month via email. You can book with one of their specialists. It's a month to month program. So there's no contract. You're not locked into a contract with them. You can stay on it for as long as you want or for as little as you want. Some clients who sign up, they're good within 30 days. That's all they needed. Boom. Now we can go get them funding. Okay? Because this is what I want to focus on. All right? Let me see this. Boom. So here we go. This is the profile that we were working with. This is how we got this particular client 43,000 in 2 weeks. So we see this here. Good, 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 right? Now, the Equifax can be stronger. This can be stronger. I would say when you really want to go for the bag, we can get her more money when this 671 gets into the 700s. Once all three of these are in the 700s, we can go even more crazy. But 43,000 within 2 weeks is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy with that. And so is she. These open accounts, we can beef these up too. Okay? We can beef these up too. We just helped her open up 2 new accounts. So that's going to bring each of these numbers up by 2. Right? And of course, the derogatories, we're going to work on those. Got to work on getting those derogs off. The less derogatory and delinquent accounts you have on your credit report, the better. Okay, this will definitely impact your ability to get higher lines of credit. The other thing is she doesn't have a lot of credit to begin with. These are really low, right? So as these increase, she'll get access to more capital. This is one of the reasons why we were only able to get her 43,000. We can get her more as the available credit and the amount of credit that she personally manages increases. Keep that in mind. The banks like to see that you can manage debt. They actually like to see that. It's in your favor to get more credit. A lot of us, like when I grew up, I can't speak for anyone else, but when I grew up, I was told credit cards are bad. I was told kind of like the black version of Dave Ramsey. Avoid credit, don't get into debt. And when you have a credit card, only use it for emergencies and only use it after you run out of money. That's how I was taught. So, I mean, up until 5 years ago, six, up until 6 years ago, I think when I was 30, 33, that's how I was using credit. I was using credit as a backup. So once my account hit zero, I then used my credit card. So then that means I went below zero. I was in the negative. Okay. You don't want to use your credit like that. Especially as a business owner, we want to lead with other people's money. You want to lead with debt as long as the debt can produce income, right? So it took me a while, but what I did was I switched to programming. I started leading with credit. There's a couple of great reasons why I lead with credit and why it's a good idea for you to lead with credit too. First off, credit is way more secure than using your cash, right? If you lose your wallet and you have physical cash in that wallet, that cash is not insured by anything. It's gone with the wind. It's gone with your wallet. It's out of there. There ain't nothing you can do about it. It's gone. Whereas, even if you have a debit card, okay, you can lock your debit card, but it still takes a lot longer to get the money back when it's taken directly out of your bank account. You are literally that much poorer because now they have direct access to your bank account. You got to change your bank account. You got to close that one down, open up a new one, wait for a new debit card to come in. Then they charge you. Some banks charge you for a new debit card, which is fucking crazy to me. They want to charge me for a debit card. That's wild. I hate that. Right? So you got to go through all that when you lose a debit card, when you lose cash. When you lose your credit card, especially let's say like Amex or Chase or one of the big banks, you pick up the phone. Sometimes you don't gotta pick up the phone. You just send a text through the app. Hey, I need to freeze my card. I lost it. It's been compromised. I need a new one. All right. And so with that, when that happens, and I'll get to you, I'll answer that, Lamika. And what will happen is that with the credit card, it's instantly turned off. You're gonna Amex will literally send you a card to wherever you're located on the planet for free. No FedEx that joint to you. Okay, if you want them to. Other credit cards will do the same depending on the level. If you have like a MasterCard World Elite, they offer a service like that. If you have a Visa Infinite card, they offer a service like that as well. Yes, there are levels to the credit cards. MasterCard has three levels to them. There's just your MasterCard Classic, your MasterCard Worldwide or World. Then there's the MasterCard World Elite. With Visa, you have your Visa Classic, you have Visa Signature, you have Visa Infinite. Each one of those has their own perks. Each category or level of tier of card has their own entry level credit limits as well, right? So it gives its strategy in every level of it. You want to know about that, okay? Take some time to research that. Lamika, how do you handle contractors that want to be paid via Zelle? We want to pay with a credit card. Um, how do I mean, I would ask them. So one thing you can use is Venmo. So speaking of American Express, especially even with like the platinum card, a a super dope feature they have is that they actually have a partnership with Venmo. You can spend, you can actually pay people through Venmo and pay for products and services through Venmo with your American Express, and $5,000, $4,000 to $5,000 a month per card, per platinum card, right? So some people use it for liquidation purposes, but for contractors who want to get paid in cash, have them, ask them for Venmo, pay them through Venmo, and then connect your Amex and pay them off of the Amex. The great thing about doing it this way is that it can count as an actual business transaction or business purchase or business service, and for that reason, it'll be covered under American Express's purchase protection. You're not familiar. American Express purchase protection is fucking amazing. It protects your purchases up to $10,000 for the first 90 days that you made the purchase. It's amazing. Amazing. I did a short on it maybe a year or so ago, right? So I would do that. I would just connect my card through Venmo, pay them through Venmo. And as far as pay with Zelle, the other thing you could do, I mean, you can liquidate the card and then pay them like that, or yeah. But if you want the payment protection, I would connect my card, my Amex to Venmo, and then pay through Venmo. Yep, yep. So another reason we want to start using our credit, again, it's for protection. Okay? If you're only using cash, you are wasting opportunities. Another reason for credit, not only is it going to protect you, you also get points. You also get points. So this is one of the great things. Your money can sit in your account while you use the credit card. Then when the credit card becomes due, you have not been using the money in your account because you've been paying everything with the credit card. So when the money comes due, you put the money on the credit card, pay off the credit card, you're good to go. Right? So I was just saying that's how I grew up. I got off on a tangent, but I grew up not knowing how to use credit. I grew up, hey, credit cards are only for gas and emergencies. And by an emergency, that means you ran out of money for everyday expenses. So now you got to start using a credit card. That's how I grew up. It took years to undo that, years to undo it. Like one of my friends told me about it first, and he was the first person I knew with an Amex Platinum. And he's like, "Yeah, man, just use your card, your credit card. Stop using your debit card." And I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" Mind you, I was in my 30s at this time. Okay, had no idea. I'm 39 now. Had no idea what the hell he was talking about. But now I totally get it. Put the credit first because the credit has extra protections. You get your money back faster. Is not linked to your actual bank account. Okay, so you didn't actually lose any money, and the bank is quicker to reimburse themselves than they are to reimburse you. So I actually lock all of my debit cards. My debit cards are locked. The only thing that's unlocked are my credit cards, and I just use those. I use it and I pay it off. I use it and I pay it off. Here's another great thing if you're thinking about budgeting, and this helps with your cash flow as well. It's very important to monitor, keep track of your cash flow, especially as a business owner, right? Especially as a business owner, because if we don't have cash flow, I mean, what do we have? That's what we're doing it for, right? You build up the cash flow so you can live your life, take care of your family, experience financial freedom. You can pay your credit card every day. So every expense that you run through on a daily basis, you can just transfer the money directly to the card and pay it off. You don't have to wait until that billing error. All right. So let me show y'all this particular client's profile and break down what we did. So this profile overall looks pretty good, right? But it has a couple accounts that need some TLC. Okay. So when I see this, I instantly know we're going to have challenges. And it's okay that we have challenges. Okay? It's fine if we have challenges on your credit because guess what? We have more opportunities besides personal credit cards and PG and everything. There are opportunities for no PG funding. That's actually how we got this client $43,000. We got her $43,000 by leveraging both PG funding and no PG funding, right? So when we see these, we know that we're going to be limited. Unfortunately, this cancels out Chase. This cancels out American Express, right? Same thing, this account, we're not going to be able to go to Chase. We're not going to be able to go to Amex. We're not going to be able to go to US Bank. Okay? They're very strict. Very strict. Okay? So those big boys, she has some work to do, right? She still needs some credit repair. That's working on this. Once we finish her funding, she's gonna go back into credit repair. They're gonna keep working on those on these three accounts, right? And she'll be good to go. But at least she has 43,000 to hold her business over until she's in position with the personal credit. Now you may be wondering, okay, so she can't go to Chase, she can't go to Apple. Well, where the hell can she go to, Jamal? Like, what's going on? We didn't come here for what we can't do. We pulled up so we know what we could do. So let me show y'all who we used and who I used to get her some funding. So one card that is super lenient and actually is known to approve just about everybody is the Apple card. All right. So in this particular instance, she only got like 750, literally $750 from the Apple card. But you saw her profile, you saw she has all those recent late payments, and you saw that she doesn't have a lot of available credit. She only has a couple of $100. So Apple, looking at that, seeing that, they gave her a credit limit that basically reflects her experience with credit. 750 bucks. Now here's the great thing though. Here's the great thing. Now that she has this card, guess what? She still earns cash back with the Apple Card. Apple Card earns you 1 to 3% cash back. So every time she uses it, she can make some money. Another thing is that the Apple Card can go upwards to $30,000 credit limit, soft pull. So she could take this 750, use the card, love the card, right? And you see here, they even have a savings account, right? It's a lot of things that the Apple Card does that's super dope. But the thing is, let's think about not just right now, but the future. Let's think bigger. This card can go up to 30 grand. You so all you need to do is get your foot in the door, right? Lamika, you know about this. You get your foot in the door, you close the deal. Close the deal, and then you can worry about everything else on the back end. So we got her in the door. We got her to close the deal. We got her to in with Apple. So now we can start leveraging the Apple Card. We can grow this thing. In 3 months, she can have a $5,000 credit limit in 3 months using this Apple Card properly. This Apple Card also has the opportunity of earning her cash back. It also gives her the opportunity to earn 4.4% every time she uses the card. They have a program where you can take the cash back, and the cash back you earn can go into a high yield savings account. So not only is she going to earn 1 to 3% cash back, she could put that cash back into another account and then earn an additional 4% on the cash back. She can earn money on top of free money, right? So when we're talking about using your credit, leveraging your credit so it can make you more money, where else are you going to be able to swipe your card, get cash back, and then put that cash back and earn 4% on your cash back? That is crazy. All right. So those are the type of methods and strategies that we're talking about. It's more than just getting access to the credit. It's more than just, oh, I need to delete a late. Let's really get into some real financial literacy. Let's get into some real manipulating these percentages and manipulating this credit so it can help us make more money. Earning 4% on cash back is really a passive income play. Not to lie to you, is really passive income. Because when you use this card at Walgreens, you get 3% back at every dollar you spend at Walgreens. So you're going to get 3% back. That's going to go into your savings account. Then you're going to earn 4% forever on that savings account. Okay? If you are, this is why it's important to book a consultation or work with someone that really knows what's going on. If you're confused, book a consultation so you can be enlightened, so you don't have to be confused on where to start or what to do or how to do it. You can break it down step by step by step based on what your exact goals are. So we got her 750 with the Apple Card. That's going to grow to 30,000 over the next couple of years because it is a card you can keep for a lifetime regardless of who buys it. You know, they're separating from Goldman Sachs, but regardless of that, it is a card that can and will grow with you. And we know that right now Apple ain't going nowhere. The next place we went is Bank of America. So with Bank of America, she's been banking with them for 3 years, right? She's been banking with them for 3 years. And prior to now, she has not qualified for any financing through Bank of America. She didn't even attempt to apply with Bank of America because she's been previously denied from a lot of other lenders. So she was afraid. So after we got her two other approvals, well, technically we got her 3 approvals. She decided after those 3 approvals, she's going to try her luck with Bank of America. She built up the courage. I got her to go ahead, pull the trigger on it. And she got $3,000 from Bank of America. She went from getting denied, not being able to get anything, to a 750 card, to a $3,000 card. She was ecstatic. The great thing about Bank of America cards as well is that you earn cash back and is zero interest for the first 6 months, right? So now she has zero interest on this $3,000 for 6 months. Amazing. She's very excited about that. All right. The next card we went for is called Revenue. This one, the Revenue card, is a fintech business charge card. They link to your bank account. They confirm the amount of revenue going through your bank account, and they give you a line of credit and a card based on the money in your account. This is a soft pull. So no hard impact to your personal credit, and it's a true business charge card. This does not show up on your personal credit whatsoever. This is solely based on the strength of your business. So the age of your business, having an EIN, being registered with the state, and having a business bank account that you can show cash flow going through. I would say before applying for this card, make sure that your bank account is at least 6 months old so that it can pull that data and see 6 months worth of cash flow going through that bank account. We got her $6,000 with this card. All right. So between these three cards, we got her $9,750. Right? I know some business owners right now that are like, damn, I just need 10,000. If I can just get $10,000, I'll be straight. That's all I need to get this liquor company started. That's all I need to get put a down payment on this next renovation or a down payment on this property I'm about to buy. Right? I just need $10,000 to put down on a truck. Right? We got her nearly $10,000 three with these three cards. Now the rest of the money actually came from one of our partners, and so we were able to submit her bank accounts. Right? They do 1 year in business, three at least 3 months in bank statements. We were able to submit that, and then we got her a revenue based product, a revenue based loan, cash advance for $34,000. So between these three cards, we got her about $43,000 between four banks. That's how we stacked it. We used two that were based on a personal credit. So the Apple card is based on a personal. The Bank of America is a PG business card. So they ran her personal credit for that. She has a hard increase from those. Don't want to get it twisted for you. Revenue is all EIN. They do a soft pull on the personal. They check your business revenue through your business bank account and give you a credit limit based on that. So she has a line of credit through revenue now, $6,000, doesn't report on her personal. She also has a $34,000 revenue based advance, 34,000 solely based on her business, the strength of her business, EIN only funding for her business, and it doesn't show up on her personal credit. So out of all the funding that we just did, only $750 of it is going to show up on her personal credit. The other $42,000 doesn't impact her personal credit at all. So this is the benefit of working with someone who knows what they're doing, who knows how to put together these different solutions and build out a custom funding solution for you and your business. Go ahead, click the link to book your consultation. You're going to get 30 minutes. We're going to go through your exact situation and your goals to figure out exactly how we can get you the bag that you're looking for. Listen, I appreciate everybody tapping in. Let me know if you have any other questions. Always remember to like, subscribe to the channel, check out all the links in the description. If you need to look at your personal credit reports. You can get it for $1 using the link in the description. If you need credit repair, I partner with the company that does credit repair. The link for that is in the description. If you want to book a consultation with me so we can talk about how to build out your funding strategy, what your goals are for you and your financial future with your credit. I am also I do credit counseling as well and credit strategy. Book that call for $30. Okay? It's 30 minutes, it's $30. Like I said, this woman, we got her 43,000. So would you pay $30 to get $43,000? Is it worth it? You tell me. In the meantime, in between time, I'll check you guys tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat place. Everyone have a great day. Peace.